Today I want to talk about a game that surprised me in a quiet way. Medieval Dynasty. When I first started playing, honestly, I expected something simple. A survival game with a bit of village building. Chop some wood, build a hut, maybe survive the winter. But what surprised me was how much the game slowly grows with you. You begin with almost nothing. Just a few tools, a small piece of land, and the feeling that the world is much bigger than you are. From there, little by little, your village starts to take shape. First a house, then a farm, then workshops, animals, and villagers who actually live and work in the place you built. And watching that transformation is very satisfying. There's something peaceful about walking through a village that used to be empty land, seeing smoke coming from chimneys, hearing villagers working in the distance. It gives you the feeling that your time in the game actually mattered. The atmosphere helps a lot with that. The music is calm, the forests feel alive, and the seasons change the entire mood of the landscape. From my experience, this kind of atmosphere is what makes simulation games easy to relax with after a long day. You don't feel rushed. You just keep building. What I also appreciate is the long-term progression. You unlock new technologies, expand your production chains, and eventually start thinking less like a survivor and more like the founder of a small medieval community. At some point, you even start building a family and thinking about the next generation. And honestly, that idea feels very fitting for a game called Medieval Dynasty. Now, I can also understand some of the frustrations players mention. For me, the main story felt a little lighter than I expected. The game builds some mystery and narrative threads, but the resolution arrives pretty quickly. After spending so much time growing your village, the story ending can feel a bit brief. That said, the heart of this game was never really the story for me. It's the process of building something slowly. Another small thing some players notice is that a few building systems could be more flexible. For example, placing fences or organizing production sometimes takes extra effort. It doesn't ruin the experience, but smoother tools would definitely help builders who like detailed villages. Still, if you enjoy management games, survival crafting, or just the idea of creating your own medieval settlement, this game offers a lot to explore. And here's something I always like to mention for players on weaker hardware. Medieval Dynasty can still be enjoyable even if you play slowly with moderate settings. Because the gameplay is not about fast reactions. It's about planning, patience, and watching your village evolve over time. Honestly, games like this remind me why I started gaming decades ago. Not for competition, but for that quiet feeling of building a small world that feels alive. And if a game can give you that feeling, I think it's doing something right.